Thank you, Abhishek. It is an ultimate honor to being with you people. I think this is my fifth sort of a visit to you people. I don't remember all the years, but whenever I come to that site, maybe to recruit people for the my engineering vertical, twice or thrice I visited you people, and twice maybe I twice or thrice I would have addressed you. So it is not new. It is quite nostalgic as if you ask me today. Chennai is quite cold and quite raining heavily here, and what a pleasure to be with you people on a Saturday. It will be a sort of a GAN session because the topic you have given me is quite dense. Academia to corporate journeys and destinations. But I must thank Abhishek. You have it is all your chase, and I think I should do some justice to the topic today. So fine, Abhishek told me very honestly and very innocently rather I'll say that okay we all have joined and can you give us how the journey will look like, or we are MBA grads to be starting to be, and what are the things which will be coming to us and how to deal with that. So it is completely my version. You can take it, leave it, but I'll give you instances, I'll give you examples. I'll try my level best that it should be simple, it should be full of anecdotes and easy to understand. Right, so a typical thing for me, life, whenever it comes, and it is huge, it is vast. What I am taught in the army way is if you have a big problem or if you have a big enemy, if you have a big objective, slice it into small. So that's what I'll do. So academia to corporate, these are the two words. I'll slice it into academia and corporate, and journeys and destinations. I'll keep on taking inspiration and giving you instances for both. So academia, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are here, not so in a great phase of life. Things are digital, but these 2 years would be the best period of your life. I must tell you this. Things are evolving, and none of us were aware what is happening or what will happen. We all are learning our in our own ways, and we all are experimenting. We are knowing. So this is the way we are, and this is how the things are happening today. But these 2 years, if I tell you, is the pinnacle of your learning. If few of you are not, wanting to do, and generally people don't go post this to do their PhDs and all, and to do some research or fellowship. This is where your education will end, and post this, the experimentation and the testing will start. But few things, if I have to tell you in this life, one is being the pinnacle of the education, or the last few years of your student life, you must make the best out of it in three ways, if I tell you. One is gain the maximum knowledge, right? So you have a syllabus, and based on that they will be teaching you. You have enough books, and and ensure that whatever is being taught, at least you should carry that learnings, because such things will never be coming to your life in terms of learning, because post this whatever you will do will be only googling and what you say sort of takeaway learnings which you have, right? Sort of MACDs, just take away. No one has so much of patience today. A few days back I was reading Times of India, and it says that waiting or patience is a new characteristics or a new competency which has to be gained in today's world, which is completely anti you, whatever you guys call it. This is not the generation is. We want everything instantaneous, and if you say wait, it's like a cliche. You say no, it is not the way we are meant to be. But sorry, gentlemen, last 1 year, this is what we all are doing, right? So and it is not taught. We all learn in our own ways, but I'll give you some instances on this, however. So one thing which I told is take the maximum of the knowledge. This is what subconsciously will be sitting in your head, right? Whenever the implementation part comes, execution comes, you will be tested. All these things, which is somewhere deep, you will never know how you will be deciphering it and you will be implementing it. So that is point number one. Point number two is have fun, of course, right? Student life has got its own energy, have its has its own nuances, and you have to, we say, and I keep on telling that all of us have that, a spoilt or a naughty monkey inside, right? And this is the time, that monkey is full in the swing, right? And you test yourself, right? Party 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and in the next day you will have the exams to write. But this is all we all did, and I keep on telling, because if you don't do it, the enjoyment of these 2 years will not be justified. No, these 2 years will not be justified. And the last thing, so first I told you the word, knowledge. The second word which I told you is have fun, and the third one is these friendships which you guys are creating. I'm telling you, because these are more sensible ones. Few things like, in the kindergarten or schools, the friendships we have, it is by virtue of, you don't choose it, it comes like this, right? Then you come to your graduation, you are completely chasing, education. Few things happen, of course, few beautiful, relationship and friendships happen. But this is a time which I am telling you, these friends which you have, which you will be making, or which you have already made, right? Which will be continuing with you. They will be helping you in terms of your careers whenever you are stuck, or whenever things are not that good, right? And these guys will be also your coaches, mentors in its own, forms and fashions, right? So if I have to tell you, these three words carry knowledge, fun, and making the best, relationship and friendships which you have from the Academia, right? But one thing I must tell you, whatever you teach in Academia and what you implement in the corporate, there's a big, and what they ask or desire from you in the corporate is completely different. I remember my days, and few things might differ from me and you, because my life started in a very different way, from a very humble background. But there are a few people in their families, right, who are those guys who challenge, who go that extra mile, who fall in the face and still get up. I am one of them. In my entire khandan, there was no one in army, and I thought that, okay, let's try this, because I used to like the uniform. And a typical teenager, what they feel is, something, to start the career should be, given to the motherland, and that's what the genesis started. But things were clear, that okay, let's taste the short service commission, and see how life is, from the army point of view. And in the case, if I can implement further, I should have enough time also to implement it, in the corporate life if I can, right? So from there the journey started. Three prestigious, institutes in army I was trained in. One was Officers Training Academy, which was somewhere in 2004-5. The second was in School of Artillery, Devlali, which is one of the most beautiful place. Not very many people know about it, but you have to go there to feel it. And the third one was the School of Infantry, MAU, Military Headquarters of War. So beautiful, learnings which I have from them. But here, one small instance which I have to tell you, when we were passing, from Officers Training Academy, and it was almost, penultimate day, or 1 or 2 days before the passing out. The deputy commandant and the chief instructor, who was a brigadier, who was addressing us. It was a very emotional moment, because they say in army that you join as a cadet, as a gentleman cadet, and you become an officer. So you say boys to men. That's how it is, and we feel great about it. So when we're that comes very, very clearly to me. So he is addressing, and things are quite sentimental. We all have moist eyes, and we all are sitting. Maybe that was the last time we'll be sitting like that. And the amphitheater sort of a thing is called Chanakya, where such things happens. It is complete honor, pride, complete olive greens and shining stars. And that was the last time we were seeing all the officers together who trained us. And when he started, he had few sentences which comes very clearly to my mind today. He said, "Gentlemen cadets, this is the best phase of your life. You are in best of your of your physicals, which as per the army standards. and whatever we had, we trained you. 2 days you'll be passing out and you'll be becoming an officer. Now post this, you have a choice. You continue this physical framework what you have, and whatever we teach you, the same thing. I tell you, there was one more institute which told us the same thing. Might be you have to forget here itself, because once you grow on the ground, enemy or the circumstance will throw different situations, right? It will be complete surprise for you, and maybe whatever you have learned will not work out, right? But remember, this entire training is somewhere inside you, right? And you are 100% capable. If you say we have made you enough to face any situation, right? And that is what it defines, ladies and gentlemen. Post that, whichever way which we go and implement, either from the academia or from army, where we are tested, it is only your training which you have done and the pride which you carry post that, right? You say that, okay, situations will come and you will be completely pinned down, right? But that thing comes that I will not die, I will fight back, and the resilience factors which is there, it comes from a very strong willpower, right? And these things which I say subconsciously, which you learn from academia, yeah. So once it was told there. The second, I was in School of Artillery. That is again a beautiful campus which I told about. It's about 40 kilometers. I have seen your campus. It's as beautiful as that. But of course, army will have a different flavor to it, right? So we all used to have bullets. We just commissioned 6 months, 8 months back, and we came to the School of Artillery. 6 months course. So almost we are like senior lieutenant sort of a thing, and all our blood is boiling to prove ourselves for the country. And we have big guns, so the ranges where we fire the guns, the practice which happens, you must have seen Bofors or Howitzers and all, and its range is quite 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers, and we are gone to the ranges, and we are made to fire. All these typical training happens. The complete physics is implemented in us, and we become great gunners from there. So there also, with all this technology and everything, and we use the latest technology to fire those guns, because lot of learning is required. I thought that joining army I will never have to learn more, but I landed up in artillery, and it is one of the most sophisticated. You have the UAVs, you have even aviations where a lot of learning is required to push you further. Anyway, so what I'm summarizing here is there also almost the last day, almost the same scene which I gave it to you before. And same, the chief instructor is concluding the same thing, that we have taught you the best of gunnery. You can fire any gun now, right? But the situation on the ground might be different, right? And then you have to use your own planning, right, to terminate the enemy, to take it further from there. These two things, whenever I interact with academia anywhere, it reverberates in my mind. See, these are one of the, still in India when we say, and rather not India, if we say Eastern world, gurus or teachers are given a lot of importance, yeah? And these are very, very, heavily skilled people, though we have our own opinions for few of them also, that, okay, my God, he's not teaching us that well. And even when I landed in IIM, the pride today which I carry is I was taught from the best of the professors, either it was behavioral sciences, statistics, or IT. The person who taught us Excel was from NASA, right? The guy who used to be teaching us finance used to be coming from MIT. So that was a pride. And being trained by the best, and even army, I was trained by a para commando. My company commander was a para commando. So trained by the best of the people gives you the best of the prides, right? And in the worst of the situation, you have that thing that, I am trained by such thing, I cannot. It is that confidence comes from there, yeah. And plus your hard work, whatever you have put inside. So I'll say that is that is your own feeling about yourself, which is made very strongly. And this, I'm telling you, in life, when we say journeys and destination, many times it will be tested. Many times when you have the self-talks, these things will be checked time and again. Yeah. So in this threshold, when you from a student will become a corporate fellow, right? This transition, you should remember, the software is being fed inside, right? But when the situations come and how it will be handled, you have to implement yourself, right? Everything will be there, but you have to implement yourself, and you will be having to take it further from there. Now, having spoken a lot on Acadmia, coming to the next thing is corporate. This is funny, honestly, if I tell you, because it has got no limitations, right? Whatever the wildest dreams which you have, desires which you have, can be executed if you have a strong willpower, right? And strong planning, right? Anything can be done. Today we talk about lot of entrepreneurship, lot of it, and in corporate also we give it a lot of air. We want people to be self-driven, and every project should be taken as a small entrepreneurship sort of a thing. But many a times the way we start, in the middle we lack the same motivation, the same momentum, and most of the projects they don't see the execution, because in the time of testing, in the tough times, the leader there he gives up, right? Or the planning, the contingency planning, if I have to tell you quite specifically, the planning is not strong enough. Remember, whatever in life which you have planned, which you have thought, can be done if the planning is strong. Yeah, many times even if you do the best of the plannings, you will fail. But then what is the continuum? Yeah, if you are the person in the new movie of Surya, which you say on Deccan Airways, which is there, and though a lot of things are not coherent, it is a story, but many times when you say you fall on the face, you have to get up, because once you strongly felt about that objective, about that mission, about the vision which you have, which only you have, right? The dream and desire which you thought once upon a time, only you feel strongly about it. And how many of the others you could implement the same seed, or you can put the same seeds in them, and those people also start feeling. I'm telling you, making of a company, making of an organization, or making of a career start when there is a dream or desire, right? And you have the same gang who feels the same at the same level. Any successful company which you say, right? I see this is a very funny thing, that when a company becomes successful, all of them starts chasing that CEO, or maybe the visionary, or that guy who created this entire thing. And there are a lot of books which are written, and everyone buys the books, which is seldom understood, right? But any great company or a great person, if you just go behind it, two things will be very common, right? The strong resolve, yeah, and a very strong planning. In any case, it doesn't fail, yeah. In any case, whatever happens, the journey continues, it continues and continues. And these examples are only to affirm you, to confirm you, that if you have that objective defined, which is transformed into a strong resolve, right? It is on you that at what levels you can take it. Yeah, many times to start with, we have a strong planning. At the middle we fail sometime, because and that is the beauty of a journey. When you say these two words, if I connect here, in corporate, when you start with your entire life, if I have to tell you, if you have to be very clear, it is a journey, and whatever you get in the middle, which you call destinations, actually it is a milestone. If you park yourself and if you just be happy there, I'm telling you, you have not achieved the ultimate which you can. Yeah, it is on your drive, and your one more term which we see in HR, and which becomes very important when we hire the senior leadership team, is ambition. Yeah, if I connect the dots with army, we are just given a target. Let's say and Kargil is a beautiful story. If you guys want to, and you have many heroes where you can take inspiration from. An objective is given, right? That you have to make the resolve, and you have to take it further from there, right? There are many cases where in the peril of your life, right, where the things are almost you're dead, the brain is working so beautifully. I'll not give you examples here, but few instances, if I mention, without naming any person here. So there was an objective given, and one of the soldier was knowing that the fire is coming from an LNG, and it is creating a lot of casualty. Now the person starts running towards the LMG, and the person knows that if it is destroyed, the objective is conquered. But I'm telling you the planning. He goes to the LMG, and because the LMG, like machine gun, is completely firing, it is very hot. Yeah. And if anyone touches it, your skin will come out. It is as good as that. And of course, while you are running from here, you will be hit n number of times, and almost you reach your so-called destination. And if you're not planned, still you will die. You will die as a hero, about to happen. Now this gentleman goes there. He has his, a sort of a cloth, wrapped over his hand, over his palm, and he goes there, and he knows that it is hot. He moves it, and the skin cannot burn now because there is something between the skin and the metal, right, which protects him. He takes the machine gun. By then he is almost shot all over the body. He takes the machine gun, he throws it out, and destroys the objective. Now what I'm telling you from this example is, even at the peril of your life, if your planning is incorrect, you will have heroes about to happen, which will never happen. Yeah. So the planning is very much required. Even if you are gushing towards your objective, and if this planning is missing, right, it will be a beautiful success about to happen, which will never happen. And the brain it keeps on thinking and giving you solutions in every situation. It is only how much time do you take it and implement it, right? There is one more word which moves you away from your resolve or objective is fear. Is fear. Now this fear, if I have to put it categorically, there is no specific fear per se. Fears are all external, internal. There is no fear. Yeah. Now, generally this fear is the fear of unknown. You remember when we used to be kids, and maybe when we have to go in the night to bathroom, and something used to be scaring us. That fear of unknown. Maybe there was no light, and while crossing we used to feel that maybe something is there, or someone is there waiting, or a ghost or a giant waiting for the supper to happen, or for the beautiful dinner to happen. We used to run or gush, or used to take our mom and dad there. I know I was like this. Maybe you are more courageous than me if you hadn't been in such situation. But yes, I remember. So that's how life comes. This fear of unknown. The thing is, you have to face it. Maybe there was a switch which we have to press it on, and the light comes, right, and you find that there is nothing as such, right? And that affirmation is used to be given by my mom and dad, that see, there is nothing, no, why are you getting scared? Now when I go further, in my life, when I tested it, it was just that press of that switch, right, which comes very clearly, which defines it, that yes, nothing is that bad, guy. There is nothing to be worried of. And if even this scenario, if I tell you, if something has to happen, if something is that capable to kill you, whatever you do, right, you will be killed. Yeah. But remember, the most the strong thing in life is, have you fought for it the maximum which you could, and then you died, or you just died? The struggle in life is very important. Yeah. And in any example in life, if you take, we don't like the person, we don't like, because there are many of them, we don't like their successes, we like the struggle. And human animal is tuned to appreciate the struggle in everyone, yeah, and to support that struggle, yeah. That is the reason when any of your friends comes before examination and tells you that, can you help me, because I don't have notes, and I'm really I feeling that I will fail tomorrow. You I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but I used to be like that. And there were many friends who used to come and help me, and because of them I used to many times I used to get better marks than them. Destiny. So the fact is that struggle, yeah, and we all help each other. That's how the human animal is tuned, to overcome any so-called examination or any hard things in life which is there, right? So this is how it happens. When you bring it in the corporate, it will be not very different from here. You have good people, you have bad people, but one thing is that you whatever you become in corporate life, because it will be life of testing, it is whatever you learned, it will be a life of implementation, time of implementation. Whatever you become, the only limitation is you. Yeah, I see a lot of people being in this profession of HR, having recruited about, let's say, 2,500 to 3,000 people now, maybe interviewed maybe 10,000 plus people, and I see this, if you don't have a great plan in your life, if you don't have great opinion about self in your life, and I see things struggle in some time. You are being played upon. You become a pawn after some time. Someone was asking me some question in one of the colleges before, how to tackle corporate politics, and a kid from the college. I say it is too early to ask this question, but always remember, if you want to be in filth, no one can stop you. There is a choice. But if you don't want to be in filth, also no one can push you inside, right? If you say that, okay, I don't want to play this, no one will push you there. Of course, you'll be cornered sometimes and things will happen. But if you have that mechanism, the three things which I mentioned in the morning, which you when we started, if you have the knowledge, yeah, if you have that naughty monkey inside, that fun filled guy, and if you have great friends, I'm telling you, worst of the cases, nothing can touch you. And this is what I tell you today, in this threshold, when you are thinking that from academia to corporate you'll be coming, and carry these things very strongly, because this is required every time when you fall back in corporate. Yeah. One more thing is, whenever we fail or we fall, we don't know what is the release mechanism. Yeah. And we see it as an end of life many a times, right? I'll say I am not a great guy. It happened to me also many times. It happens, and good days, bad days in life happens, right? But what is the release mechanism? What is the mechanism again the next day when you get up from the bed, let's say 5 or 6 o'clock, it pushes you to your career, that very moment. In this time, when I say things are quite ambiguous, a lot of colleges connect with me and say that, okay, do we have summer internships? What are things about placements, and things are a bit hazy. Everyone is protecting the head count, and no one wants to go in a complete blatant way. Everyone is very careful. I can feel a fear. Today you are there in Acadmia, and whatever I say, maybe you can digest it, not digest it, that Pranav, we came here that we study and to get a beautiful job. But you are digressing now. You came here to study. If you study, a beautiful job or a great job will be an outcome of it. Yeah. But if the focus is a great job, then you are digressing from the studies, which is the actual thing which this college provides you. Yeah. And remember, the human mind can focus only one thing. If you're trying to focus on two things, then you will have the fear of unknown. Such things will coming inside, right? So simplest thing is, the easiest thing is, you are there in a college. You should study there the best you can, right? You can get the best of the wisdom, knowledge which you can gain, and when tomorrow it is to be implemented, you have that mechanism to implement it, right? When again, one more thing about corporate, as I mentioned, it is without limits, right? You can it is limitation is only you. The much you want to fly, you can fly, but things will not come the way you have planned. Yeah. And this, again, to understand this, it is very, very important. Many times we get frustrated, or rather every time we get frustrated because our plans fail. Yeah, we have some understanding of the situation, right? We define it should happen like this, maybe lockdown 2 3 4 or whatever, and today we all were waiting that the colleges should open, and if it opens, doesn't open, does everything. But we felt that, let's say December it should be open. Or you are going in a, in your car, and you have a traffic jam, right? Now many a times, rather, for me, if you tell me, every time life doesn't go the way you have planned, right? And in such situation, always there will be a big question mark which will be coming to you. Would say, now what? How to tackle this one? And if I tell you the initial phases in life, which will be coming first is, to get a job. Many of you will get it. Many of you will not get it. Many of you who got a job will not be the company you wanted to work for. Yeah, will not be at the positions or the salaries which you wanted to work for. Yeah, so there will be a discomfort, or there will be a non achieved factor which will be lying in you. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it is always your choice. You know, winning or losing, having that feeling about it is always a choice, right? Someone said, I think Les Brown, it's not over till the time you win, right? If you have such a resolve, right, then this journey is every time, is what is the reality. Yeah. Destinations are always mythical. Destination is what, if you come from the college, and as I was mentioning, a job, that is the destination. Yeah, the girl whom you wanted to marry, or the boy whom you wanted to marry, and getting settled there, is that a destination? Maybe 2-3 years it is, we call it honeymoon period, you enjoy it post that. And but there will be a big life, which will be happening after that too. Yeah, the job which you join, would be quite, beautiful, in this world of instas and Facebooks. Last time I was feeling it was too much like, flamboyance for me, so I almost, paused my Insta account to have some breather, because it is a portraying of being a self which maybe you are not, but you want to show that to the others, right? And beautifully these guys have made it, right? And that's how the genesis of Facebook was created. If you go back, sometime back, when serials and all used to come, I forgot the serial of Smriti Irani, Tulsi Tumhare Aangan Ki, or something like that. You remember all of the entire lady gang of the house, all the chachis, tayas, ajis, and everyone used to sit together, and that those things used to be watched. Why? Because the thing is, and you see that these gossips happening many times when you go in the afternoon and evening when they have, or so we all are very important for us is what is happening in others' life. Yeah, and it gives us a different kick. We start keep on comparing, and but it is, you yourself are creating a lot of stress, inside you, right? It is just a, a block button, or this is the reason a lot of research has gone inside. This is the reason these things are created, and then you have license. It's just so psychological, and you are made a pawn in this entire thing. Yeah. So not digressing from the corporate thing. That's what I'm telling you. How you feel about it. For example, when you come to the office and you have next to Microsoft or maybe Google or Renault or Mercedes or whatever, you have a photograph and you put it, my first day in the office and my first day in the corporate headquarters, my first day in France, Japan, wherever, and life is. But after some time, it becomes very routine. It becomes mundane. It becomes so much used to. Yeah, but still there is life. And I find a lot of people, because I am in that profession, coming somewhere in the middle and say that, Pranav, there's something missing. This is not where I wanted my life to be, and things are going in a different direction. Yeah. Then I asked them a small simple thing, that in college or before that in school days, what was something which you used to enjoy the most? And it can be a very small thing. It can be reading, it can be painting, it can be dancing, it can be singing. And then I asked them, what was the last time you did that? And the question comes maybe, 3 years back or 5 years back, or maybe I never did that after college. And I I tell them, can you tomorrow or next day or this weekend, can you go and invest at least some time on that? They say that in a week, just 15 minutes, if you do what you love to do, you are almost like balanced, your mind is healthy. But that has to be very punctual, and that is very much of that. And that is a minimum, 15 minutes. Maximum is your choice, but of course don't overdo it. That is also important. Now, this thing, why I brought in front of you is the release mechanism. Things will be bad. Life is not fair. Yeah, relationships is not always okay. People will leave you. That is the truth of life. Yeah, great things takes time. People will cheat you. They'll stab you. I was, stabbed, cheated, and everyone. It happens to us. When we maybe a few of you, if in the case we meet, and if we are together, maybe some Saturday having some sips of beer, everyone will say that this bad things in life has happened. This person cheated me. That person cheated me. They utilized me, and it happens so much in corporate. Yeah, if one is either you are capable, and anyone comes to me, I ask them also the same. The first question is first is check from yourself. Are you capable or you are not capable? If you are capable, well and good. Please continue, and please keep on adding more things to you, that you continue to be capable, because remember, every year things change. The technology changed 8 years, 10 years back. The companies which are the best companies today never existed, right? So if you're capable, keep on putting yourself, keep on pushing yourself and taking yourself to the next level. If you're not capable, keep on understanding that why you are not capable, and still start learning and adding more things to you, right? But if you are capable, ladies and gentlemen, even if you are not capable, remember one thing is, you will be utilized. People will be coming you, sucking you, eating you, right? Maybe taking your advantage, right? And they will be standing on you, what do you say, trodding your heart and soul, and on your head they will be putting their legs and moving to the next step. And that's how life is. It's very brutal. It is not justified. Yeah. And you'll be left alone. Some Saturday, Sunday you'll be thinking, and maybe many people connect with me sometimes, say, this is not going, that's how. Or typical HR, you'll discuss with them, or you'll talk to your mom and dad, or brother, or father, sister, mother, friends, that okay, life is not going the way which we wanted to do, and this is not what I planned to my career to be. But that will be fact of life. It will never be, or it will not be the way you want it to be, right? Now the thing happens is, what next? So if bad things in life will happen, so you will break, you'll get trodden, you will never get up. Or a few people say that okay, let it go, or this is how it happens. But my thing is, be aware of it first, is that this will happen to you. What my suggestion to you would be, live with it. You cannot let it go, or because it is so close, right? If you have a best friend, and the best friend, if you guys have read, or if not, you want to read, I can give you some homework. The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and if you want to read it, you will find a beautiful story coming up. It's quite a fat and scary book to tell you. I studied somewhere when I was in army, and of course I had a great revelation. So you have your best of the friends, you have your best of the so-called partners, whatever it is. But the fact is, they will cheat you. They will stab you. They will trod you and just put their legs on your head, and they will be moving to the next step, because that's how their thing is. Now you are left all alone, and today all those beautiful WhatsApp groups which you have, there will be no one. Small, the big group will become small, or maybe one fine day you're just sitting alone in your balcony somewhere, and you'll be thinking, this is not the way it should be. It is bad, yeah. But you will have to get up from there, and these are the times when life becomes very scary, yeah. These are times when you search counseling, or search for psychologists and psychiatrists, and try to understand that how it is and what it is. But the answer lies inside you. The thing is, the fair world which you are seeing today in college, the beautiful world which you are seeing today in college, and which I told you that, learn from there, make good friends, and have fun. Here, one thing in corporate which I have to tell you is find your releasing mechanism. Yeah. For me, it is running, and the bad days of my life, when it comes to me very hard, next day morning, early in the morning before the sun rises, I get up and I go for running. And I run and I run and I run and I run, which I learned in army. Till the time I am so tired, right? I come back, do the stretching and sleep. And I'm telling you, it is a beautiful sleep. And when I overcome this, next morning is a fresh morning and I'm ready to fight again. Yeah. So such fighting mechanisms, search in yourself. Everyone has it. It can be singing, dancing, reading. It can be anything which which you can think of, which you have done or you have used to enjoy when you were a kid. So that's about corporate. Little bit talking on journeys and destination, as I was mentioning. And this sentence, and I keep on mentioning somewhere, woods are dark, lonely and deep. I have promises to keep, miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. I read it somewhere when I was a small kid, right? And we all read it then, beautiful English is taught when we were kids, right? And I never used to understand that why this guy doesn't stop. He wants to carry on, carry on, carry on. But that's how life is, right? Life is a journey. It is not a destination. And all these things which you learn, and you the best thing is you have to give it. The maximize giving it, right? Whatever you've learned, maximize giving it. That even if you're no more tomorrow, if these small things, whatever you've learned for statistics or maybe maths or whatever it is, singing, dancing, playing some instrument, you keep, and you will have a beautiful contentment out of it. In corporate, you will have someone called mentors. Now these days it has become a business. It is charged, by the way. It is not free. Yeah. And I have wasted a lot of time and energy in mentoring people. Also, as one of my guy, in one of GMs, in one of the company I worked with, came and told me, he was a French guy, that Indians feel that GM general managers are their fathers. That we are supposed to make the career. And I understood it. I thought that I cannot let it go so much. So I took him in a room and explained to him that how Indians are. And I told, see, Indians, the beautiful thing is, we come from a culture, from a society where we respect our gurus, our mothers, fathers, and the person who is at the leadership position a lot, right? You'll have a teachers coming, and you generally we don't even sit. When a teacher or a boss, for example, come, we get up. That is the way it comes in our culture. That is the way we are taught, right? And whenever the time of testing, but why you do that? It is a matter of respect and all. But when a time there is a responsibility. So when the time of testing comes, you have that ethos attached to that leader or that person, that when the time of testing will come, these people will save you, will correct you, will put you in the right direction. When it doesn't happen, right, we feel bad. Why I want to put it to East, it is also in the West. Whatever the Clinton episode happened, why, even if he came and asked for sorry and apology, we felt that something was wrong, because a person at that level should not do that. Yeah. Or the second case, the guy who was, I forgot his name, who was the guy in that cycling thing, and when the drug thing came for him, we all felt cheated, right? That's how it is. In corporate too, many times you will feel that. Because when I come here and see, that's what I'm telling you, the things are without limits, and the leadership is a myth here. So when I told that guy that we come from that culture, we give a lot of importance to the leader. It is not that we take them as our father or something, but yes, it is a respect. Yeah. But if you are not understanding that, you feel that it is just to satisfy your ego, and they should not be like this. See, things change. They change as fast. If you think that you don't deserve, for example, that respect, of course, taking the respect doesn't take time. Giving the respect, it takes a lot of time. So when he understood it, and of course it was not that it was not for a buttering thing, or also he understood it, and it takes time to understand people and culture. He was completely okay after that. But that is how we connect with the mentors and the leaders, right? But many a times you will never get it. No one has got time and energy in the field, in the domains which you work, to come and mentor you. You'll have a strong manager, it will be good, it will be maybe a good manager or bad manager or whatever it is. And they say that people don't leave the company, they leave the managers they work with. But, and this is actual time of appraisals, which we are this month and this quarter, which is ending now. The next quarter will be full of those heavy, tough discussions, and I see a lot of disconnects. And that adds to the frustration, because while conducting, and when we copy the manager and whatever the instructions they give, many a times we have our expectations attached. In the specifics of appraisal, there used to be a time where something used to be called as KPIs, key performance indicators, or objectives. Nowadays it is termed as expectations, right? So expectation setting, they call it. You set the expectation. I am your manager, I have to set the expectation how you should behave. Like you have the syllabus, and it mentioned that if you don't score more than 40%, you will fail, something like that. Now these things are set, and if it is not executed, the proper feedbacks are not given. There is a lot of gaps which happen between the discussions. The reviews are not done properly. At the end of the day, when the rating is given, rating is I certify you are 80, 90, whatever it is. And you remember the days when we used to go and challenge our teachers that no, I have written everything, why you have given me 8 marks. So same thing happens in the corporate when your feedback is not good and you keep on fighting that no, this is not it is. I should be promoted. I should be at this level, that level. And when it is not handled properly, then of course HR is called to rescue the things, and we come as the final commandos to solve the thing. When I feel in most of the cases, it is always a matter of expectation and delivery. Now if you work closely, whatever you say in life, you want to be happy, and you find a lot of things like the one thing which comes very common is don't have expectation. And I keep on telling that when people, man is a human being, is a social animal. We love and we stay in society. We love gathering. That's how the way we are. If you are in connections, of course, expectations happens. Yeah, it is a natural, very natural thing. Yeah, but always remember, sometimes when tough things in life happen. I don't want to give a final statement on this. Yeah, we all will have our own learnings, but remember, sometimes your judgment of the people can go wrong. When we used to be in army, I knew that if I'm going on in an operation, the guy behind me, right? It is we move like fire and move. So I move and someone is firing from behind, protecting me, my move, right? And I knew that I need not give anything. Of course, I know that when I'm moving, the fire will be, the cover fire will come to protect me. But in corporate, it doesn't happen. You look behind the cover fire, the person will also be moving, will be missing, who have to give you the cover fire. It's okay, in life to be weak, to have in that, but you learn, life is all about learning till the time you die. These simple things, if I have to tell you, will make a great living for you. Yeah. So that's how I'm living. I'm no more concluded it. I'm living my life. I'm conducting my life, and that's how it is. And that is the thing which I associate with journeys and destinations. People who are with you, you'll find a lot of them. A lot of them will be doing a lot of marathons. Scaling mountains, jumping from somewhere, and living life. They'll be stretching life to like anything. They take life as a journey. you'll have few people who will be crossing, jumping over it. That's what I'm suggesting all of you to read that book, The Fountainhead, and where you see that the other person, one person takes the life as a journey, the other person takes the life as a destination. Maybe a car, maybe the person whom he or she he wanted to marry, maybe a designation, maybe the number of the amount, the quantum in the bank balance, whatever it is, the elements of success. But life belongs to those who love this art of journey, right? And that's how, because they say that, even for in a Hindu mythology, if you go and check, the soul has got a journey from different existences, from animal, from fishes, from monkey to donkey to horse to insects to cockroach to human body, right? So it is a journey, and that's how the thing is, right? That's how every planet is moving, and journey is the truth of life. Destinations are a myth. So don't put your saying that, okay, I don't know, 1 billion club thing or 1 million club thing or whatever it is, because you are just putting a label there, right? Use your energies and your existences to the fullest, cross the limits for sure. If you want to do great things in life, be wild, right? And remember to know your release. Till the time you know that, none of them on Mother Earth, I'm telling you, can come and break you. And that's how living is done. That's how leadership is shown, and that's how the great inspirations are made. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've done quite justice to time given. I'm open for any questions. Thank you.